What's going on, everybody? I am your host today, Sean. I'm here with Anthony. This is the Spooky Horror Show. And today we are going to be talking about the 2012 American disaster horror film, Chernobyl Diaries. But before we get into that, Anthony, how has your week been?
Honestly, it hasn't been that bad. It's been a lot of heavy jobs at work, but other than that, it's going. It ain't nothing fucking special coming over at the Rust Belt, as we call it.
Yeah.
It's getting cold though. Let me tell you, it's been like 30 something already out here.
Yeah. I think overnight the lowest it went was like 43, and then during the day it was like 80. Because I think today was like 80. I woke up sweating and I was like, wasn't it just 40? Oh.
We had snow up until I think March last year.
Yeah. And we didn't get snow until February?
Oh, you mean your state didn't shut down and people die?
Yeah. Not this year.
Thank you.
Not this year.
Ted Cruz, take a bow.
Ted Cruz. Ted heading off to Cancun,
Mexico.
Yeah, no. I honestly I don't know what I did this week. I was telling
ton of editing.
Yeah, but that's just like normal shit.
Some Ghostbuster.
I did start playing the new Ghostbuster game. I'm setting up my
kid just fell off the fucking. What do? You're standing. You can't fall off a chair.
Yeah, no. I have a mat for my feet, so that
and you tripped.
No. I never put it down. So, so I was like, fuck, my feet hurt from standing.
It's one of those like memory foam mats?
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, I was telling the wife, it was like, after we took like that 2-week vacation, her going back to work, she was like, fuck, it's rough trying to go back to work.
Yes.
And I was like, a week of not podcasting and not having to write scripts. I'm like, I kind of just want to take a nap.
Just like,
that's all I want to do. I just want to take a nap. No
People
stream.
Think it's just really easy to just be a streamer. It's not.
You know, like a lot of people have that thought. My fucking hair. But they don't seem to realize like you need to be on. You can't just sit there and be like,
it's your persona.
Right, okay, so I'm gonna go do this. All right. That's why it's like when I started, I was like, what's going on, guys? It's Moondoggy shit. Nope, that is not the right name. Let's take that again. But yeah, it's like I had this done probably like the script for this, like all the facts and all that crap done probably while I was on vacation, because I've seen it a bunch, so I do a bunch of the stuff.
Yeah, it's a simple enough movie, like.
But yeah, and then I just did editing. I have probably 15 podcast clips alone that I still need to post to Instagram for Instagram Reels. No, they're all up on YouTube. Like they're doing great. Like view-wise, they're doing great, but people aren't subscribing. So people, I see that the viewership is going up on the YouTube videos. Please, it helps us. But engagement, subscribing, liking,
it grows us.
Even if you don't like it, it's okay. You can give us a big old thumbs down. You can give us double thumbs down. It's okay. I don't care so long as the engagement is there. But yeah, like that's it. But anyway, let's get into some production facts. There's not a whole lot. It is an old movie, but this is I think before any of them really knew what the fuck they were doing. This is okay, so this is the Chernobyl Diaries, which it's classified as an American disaster horror film, but it doesn't take place in America.
To do in America.
Yeah, the only thing it has to do with America are
there's like
4 of the people are American.
Yeah.
4 are American, 1 is Ukrainian, 1 is Australian, and 1 is
American.
No, what the fuck is the girl?
The 2 brothers, the blonde one and the brunette are both
they're all American.
American.
But
and then one's an Aussie.
Michael is Australian.
Australian, and then the other one I think was just American.
No,
British.
she wasn't American because she had an accent. I don't know if maybe she was British. I don't know. But then Yuri was Ukrainian, I think. So
okay.
I guess it's an American disaster film. Ukrainian. Because there were Americans that went to a disaster site in another country.
That's poorly categorized.
Yeah, but it was co-written and produced by Oren Peli, who was the creator, writer, director of Paranormal Activity, and directed by Brad Parker, and this was his directorial debut. I believe beforehand he was a visual effects director. possibly. I don't
Or
remember.
artist.
The film stars Jonathan Sadowski, Jesse McCartney, who
Not McCarthy.
McCartney, who some might remember from the late 90s, early 2000s boy band Dream Street, Devin Kelly, and Olivia Taylor-Dudley, who I love. The film was shot on location in, I hope I'm pronouncing this right, fuck. I heard them say it specifically at the end, and I was trying to remember, and I was going to write it phonetically.
So low.
Pripyat? Pripyat, Ukraine, as well as Hungary and Serbia. The budget was $1 million, and it went on to make $37.2 million, so a success. I'm surprised it didn't make sequels.
Pretty good.
However, the film was not screened early for critics. That's usually a bad sign. And it was largely panned by critics and audience, with it currently holding a 19% approval rating on Rotten Tomato based on 89 reviews.
Really?
Yeah.
It did pretty well at the box office, though, but it also
that's not an indicator that it's good.
Yeah, it really isn't. Like I always say, when they say numbers like that, listen, you just got a whatever million people that were suckers enough to watch it. That's all that means.
Yeah. So, what are your spoiler-free thoughts on the film?
I stumbled upon this, like, I'm pretty sure, I usually stumble upon weird movies like this when I'm sick. I found it, like, years ago when I wasn't feeling good. I was at home, browsing. The name, the Chernobyl Diaries, it was like, okay, that seems cool.
Yeah.
I saw the trailer, and then I was like, okay, this is pretty good. Honestly, it's got a good amount of suspense in it. It has kind of like a found footage feel to it, so that's kind of cool. And your suspense is pretty suspenseful a few times.
That's it?
Yeah.
That's all you got?
Spoiler free, yeah. Yeah, spoiler free, yeah. I mean, I have a lot to comment on it, being that I came from hashtag division of EMS, but
I like this film. I like this film, but I don't like this film. And I'll go into a little bit more as we get to it. I have I don't know if I have it written down. Okay, so you know how you said it kind of has that found footage film?
Yeah, the attempt.
They fucking blue-balled us. They blue-balled us the entire time. This movie should have been a found footage film.
Yes, that's what I mean.
The Amanda chick
it would have
is
been
running around
like mint.
Yeah, the Amanda chick is running around with I believe it was a Canon DSLR camera.
That should have been a camera.
I
know it has camera ability.
Yeah, it's most likely a 5D because everyone and their fucking mother had a Canon 5D. It's a great camera. It's still a great camera today. But what was her name? Natalie had one of those little handy camcorders, and you saw them in the beginning montage with the DSLR and the video camera, and they're recording things and filming things and doing all this stuff. And then
why wasn't that the film?
Yeah, every single thing, and this I might have written. Every shot is filmed handheld. Now, I don't know specifically if it was filmed handheld. What I mean is every single shot looks handheld. Like there's someone running around filming them. Yeah. So they fucking blue-balled us.
You're
they made a regular film
on another persona with the camera, but you're really not.
Instead of, because it's like when certain people are attacked and they're by themselves, like this is a found footage thing. They should have had. She has the video camera. They say, "Oh, there's footage of it happening," but they don't do anything with it. The whole film should have been found footage, and there's ways to get around it. All these people are going to the exclusion zone of the Chernobyl disaster, and they would all have cameras. There were GoPros then. They had the DSLR. They had handy cams. Like, these people are going there for an experience. They're not just going to be like, "Oh, we're just going to look and remember the memories." No, they're going to take photos. They're going to take videos. They're going to do all that. So the fact that they didn't have anything, it was kind of that's my only pet peeve. I do like the acting in it. Like I said, I love Olivia Taylor-Dudley. This isn't the first thing I saw her in. I saw her in a bunch of other stuff later on, and then came back because I didn't see this when it first came out, and then came back to this, and I was like, "Oh fuck, it's her! All right, I'll watch it." But yeah, I'd still give this
or anything else
probably like a 3. Like, it's definitely like a fun watch and everything, but I mean, like, I would rather watch The Ranger,
fucking movie.
Yeah. But yeah,
it's fucking crazy.
So let us get into spoilers.
To the meat.
We open with a montage of Chris, played by Jesse McCartney, his girlfriend Natalie, played by Olivia Taylor-Dudley, and their mutual friend Amanda, played by Devin Kelly, traveling across Europe. They stop in Kiev, Ukraine, to visit Chris's brother Paul, played by Jonathan Sadowski, before heading to Moscow, where Chris intends to propose to Natalie. So this is where I was talking about the other thing. So this is where we run into the first of my issues where why isn't this found footage? We started off with the found footage travel montage, right?
Yeah.
Everything was shot handheld,
Basically.
or at least looks it. So why now when they're going out clubbing does it suddenly like change? You know, the whole
honestly,
intro thing was found footage.
It look better.
And then it goes to this. So just to have it keep going, it just, to me, it would have made more sense.
It
They
probably
go out
would have helped the budget too.
Yeah. They go out clubbing, and I guess at the very least, it's a bar? Trying to get my cursor. It's a bar or a club. I don't really know. I'm assuming they're going out clubbing. All I know is they get drunk.
What did I try to do?
And they leave drunk. that's mainly what I know.
Well,
and
that's
they
what
bump
you
in.
do when you go overseas like that. You go when you party.
Yeah. Well, you see, I don't want to be. I don't want to be that American. You know what I mean?
And on top of that, as many movies as I've seen, like Hostel, I really don't want to be fucking someone's like fucking butcher block. No.
Yeah, well, yeah, like that. And I just don't want to go
They already
somewhere.
don't like us Americans.
Yeah, I don't want people to like look at me and be like, "Ugh, fucking American." And it's like, all right, well,
He looks like he has two good enough head kidneys. No, I'm good.
Yeah, I'm gonna take them. But they bump into some locals that try to start shit. Paul tries to defuse the situation, but that kind of backfires. And then I think it's Chris that tells them to calm down and then pulls them away and they walk away.
Yeah.
The next day, Paul suggests that they go on an extreme tour of
Chernobyl.
Pripyat. I think that's how you say it. I don't know. I'm sorry, Ukraine.
No,
an abandoned town which sits in the shadows of the Chernobyl nuclear power plant, the site of the 1986 Chernobyl disaster. Chris is against going because it's completely fucking up all of his plans.
He's a wet fucking blanket.
Well, he wants to propose to his girlfriend.
It's not gonna be like, yo, I got proposed to in fucking Chernobyl while she has her third arm and leg come out of her child.
Yeah, I know, right? But surprisingly, Amanda, who seems like she's gonna be the wet blanket, is down to go.
Yeah.
So they're going on an extreme tour. They meet with the tour guide Yuri and are joined by backpacking couple.
I love Yuri.
Zoe is Norwegian.
Norwegian.
I made sure to put it.
Okay, Norwegian.
Zoe, the Norwegian Zoe and Australian Michael. Yuri drives them through Ukraine before they arrive at the Chernobyl exclusion zone checkpoint, where they are refused entry by the Ukrainian military. So who is it? It's Paul. Paul freaks out, like, I paid for this, blah, 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 being that American. So he goes, don't worry, there's an alternative route that I discovered a couple of years ago.
Always.
So they go and take that.
Just give him a fucking time,
This is where I will bring up another point.
Okay.
As I said before, I'm a huge fan of Olivia Taylor-Dudley. Not just because she is drop dead gorgeous.
Oh, yes. She is a very good woman.
She is fucking hilarious. She was part of she was part of like 5 Second Films, which is like a comedy troupe that just made like comedy videos. She was in like Dude Bro Party Massacre 3.
Oh.
Or 2.
I've only seen
I think it's 3. Where she's great. She was really good in The Magicians, which was a TNT show. She was in Chillerama, where she was hilarious. She's a very funny woman, and it's off-putting that she's that funny and that attractive. However,
wait,
because you're not allowed to have everything. You're not allowed to be hot and smart and fucking no, you can choose one.
You mean as in the world says fuck you, you can only choose one out of anything you want in life. One.
Yes.
One thing on your whole list of things that will ever make you complete and whole in life. Pick one of those.
Yeah, pick one.
Just one.
But yeah, so it's not just because she's gorgeous and everything. I feel like because this was her first major film role, like I think this is like her first role period, that they just exploited the shit out of her for her looks.
They might have, but she wasn't a bad actress in it.
Yeah, but
they didn't expose her. She didn't have any titties out.
It could have been the studio, it could have been the director, or it could have been the producers. But ever since we're first shown them going to them in Paul's apartment, and he's like, "Oh, you guys are gonna be sleeping there. Watch it again. Her back is arched, her tits are out."
Yeah, dude, I noticed that about a few scenes,
okay?
and I can't stand when there's certain females that will do that. Like they purposely are like,
but it's like I don't think she's doing it on
purpose. You don't have to be uncomfortable.
Because that's the thing. It looks uncomfortable. It looks like push him out, push him out. Like that's what it looks like. And now I'm not complaining. I'm a straight male. Boobies are awesome.
Yeah,
it's an observation.
I just don't know what. Yeah, I just don't understand why they gotta do that. It doesn't help the story. You know the deal.
Yeah. Whenever she's in her scene, her cleavage is front and center every single time. Think it back to the truck drive over this like off-road like terrain.
She's bent down 90% of the time, looking downwards.
If you look at the framing, she's directly in the center of framing. Oh, we lost Anthony. Okay, there he is. She's directly in center of frame, right? She's wearing a bright blue shirt, which makes her stand out more.
Even
compared
more.
to her co-stars, because all the other co-stars are wearing darker colors.
They're all dark
and then
colors.
she's just
even
bouncing,
the other chick.
Yeah, she's bouncing around, and her tits are just like jiggling and bouncing everywhere.
She's actually the only one with a really low cut shirt. If you noticed it in the movie,
yeah,
the other two chicks that weren't as bustier as her, you can notice they're fully covered. Just saying.
Yeah. And then it's her with her big breasts. It's like, oh well, we're gonna have her with a deep V-neck. And oh, she's gonna be kind of leaned over a little bit as they're going over this rocky terrain. They're just moving all over the place, and it's like that's where I'm just like, God fucking damn it, because it's shit like that where it's just like, oh well, she's just the TNA of the movie, and it's like, no, she's good
if you just stop.
But it sucks. Like it should never be
about that.
Yeah, it should never be like. At least that obvious, you know?
Yes, the blatant. See, when you don't write it in to be like a smooth transition, it looks blatant and you look like a dick. You look like a horrible sexist dick.
Yeah, because like
you
no woman
away for like trauma movies.
Yeah, but like no woman walks
did it purposely.
No woman walks with their back arched that far, sticking their tits out,
unless they have back problems.
Yeah, it's just it's weird. I didn't like it. It was, I mean, I liked it, but I mean, I didn't like it. You know, but anyway,
eyes. We're just saying.
Like I said, I'm not complaining. I told you I got a big crush on her. Anyway, the group stops at the river where Yuri scares them with a tiny fish, pretending it's eating his hand, and then he points out a large mutated fish, apparently...
Which I found was comical.
Yeah. While returning to their van. Yeah. So they see that, they get freaked out, and then they're returning to the van, and then you can see more of those mutated fish, like swimming towards, like, where he threw something in.
Yeah.
So that totally could have been his hand. The group is worried about radiation poisoning, but Yuri assures their safety with a Geiger counter. I won't lie.
I want to stop right there.
Okay.
My background would happen to be a FDY EMT that is trained in hazmat. I want to say, I understand that they were saying that it was safe to be there. The fallout isn't there supposedly anymore. The fact that there is still dust particles in the fish that look like that, you do have maybe the hour they said, but you're still having repercussions later in life. None of this is safe. None of this is okay.
However, at the same time, I totally want to go to a place like this.
Like, I said the same thing. I would feel like maybe I would still go. Fuck it.
I don't want to go with the current state of the of Ukraine right now.
Oh, not right now.
But like, I totally like.
Fucking nuts.
I kind of want to see that. After spending a few hours exploring, Yuri takes them to the upper floor of an apartment building and shows them the Chernobyl nuclear power plant near the horizon. They're taking pictures.
This is where I get kind of like, hey, bro, Yuri, you seem a little bit sketchy.
Yeah. And so while they're taking pictures, Yuri notices some ash from a recent fire. Nervous, he wants to get them out because it'll be dark soon. They hear some noises at the other end of the apartment, and as they slowly approach, a fucking bear comes running through the hallway towards them.
Radioactive fucking bear, like in goddamn Fallout, bro. That's a big ass black looking bear, man.
I don't need no fucking Yaogwai fucking running after me. Absolutely fucking not.
Yaogwai's are hard as shit to fucking man. Yaogwai's will fuck you up.
So they hustle the fuck out of there. Since no one got hurt, the group is loaded up and ready to leave, but Yuri can't start the truck. He finds the wires in the van have been chewed through.
Wait, backtrack. You didn't write it in the script. He finds ambers that are actually still burning in there, which suspects that there's people still there.
Well, I put that there was
casually
ash.
He casually kind of brushed it away,
Oh, okay.
like didn't tell anybody.
Yeah, because I
He
put
already
the
knew
ash.
something was
I
going
didn't
on.
realize like it was still burning. Yeah, so
Yeah,
he
there was
knows something's
embers
there.
still. That's why you did that. Yeah.
The fact that he's so like, hey, buddy, and then all of a sudden he's
We're
like, I think we should leave.
Yeah,
It's like, wait,
yes,
what?
I agree fully on that one. I fully agree with that. It's like you got a little bit uptight too quickly. You were free balling it, like, yeah, let's have fun. Wee.
It's like,
we gotta go now. We gotta go.
Yeah.
Right now, at this very second, we gotta go.
Where's this? Hey, buddy, where's that guy? Oh
Yeah.
no, he saw something on the ground. We gotta go. We gotta fucking leave. But the group is all loaded up and truck won't start. He finds that the van's wires have been chewed through. What the fuck chewed through them?
No, I said, you know what? When they made that comment, being a fucking technician now, making that comment, no, fuck all of y'all. You don't understand the shit that I've seen, dude. I pulled full carcasses out of cars before, all right?
But
I've
it wasn't
had
there
rats
before.
chew. Well, animals get in there, dude. They could have gotten there the whole time they were in.
Yeah, but they've only been there for like 2
Legitimately.
hours.
And an animal could have gotten there. It's probably
guess.
warm from the engine.
Man, I guess.
Dead ass, man.
I don't
We
know.
had to chase a fucking possum out of a fucking underneath of a exhaust once. It sucked, dude. Bunch of grown ass men shrieking and fucking yelling and screaming. Ah, oh shit! It's on me! You know, we were fucking trying to get bit by this possum. It sucked.
Okay, so he tries the radio to call for help. That doesn't work. And as night falls, the group decides on whether to hike to a nearby checkpoint, which is about 20 kilometers away, 12 miles. In freedom distance, or to stay put and wait for help.
He's a fucking comedy. This guy. Oh, fucking
Well, yeah.
jokes on the show.
Zoe suddenly hears a strange noise coming from outside, so Yuri takes his gun that nobody knew he had.
Nobody knew he
And
had.
Seems to be upset that he has it, even though why wouldn't he have it?
Yeah.
Like,
I would honestly, in my mind, just like I don't want someone that's not tattooed, has a federal prison record, and looks like he might murder me working on my car. If that guy doesn't look like he's been to jail, he probably doesn't know how to fix cars. I'm just saying. When you have Yuri, you got Yuri. Yuri has a gun in the car, probably a Kalashnikov somewhere, and he's gonna do some weird fucking Russian shit. All right, like have a gun in the fucking car. He's gonna save you.
So Yuri goes out to investigate, and annoyed that Paul ruined all his plans, Chris follows after him, which is fucking retarded. Like,
He's a
why?
dick. He's such a dick.
Like,
Yeah.
Chris, you went from like, bro, we just want you to fucking propose to your hot ass girlfriend, and now you're
like,
just
oh, I fucking hate you.
Paul,
Yeah,
you
fucking-
always
he's a
ruin
bitch.
everything.
it's like, shut the
The
fuck
bitch.
up.
You could have.
Fucking-
They had a choice. He said, "Listen, I got a really cool thing," and then you fucking went, dude. You went.
Yeah, but
You
it's
having
like,
fun up
okay,
until this point.
you heard a noise outside, so the guy is like clearly freaked out. Someone sabotaged the van. He pulls out a gun, and you're like,
You know what? I'm gonna go with him because you're an asshole, Paul.
it's like, that's stupid. Why would you leave?
I'm gonna risk my life because I'm upset at my brother.
Yeah, it's just stupid. But shots are heard, and Paul runs out to
course.
investigate, returning with Chris, whose leg has been severely mauled. They ask
Bald
where
like a
Yuri,
fucking lichen got his ass.
they ask where Yuri is, and Chris tells him that Yuri has been taken. Doesn't say by who. He just says he's been taken.
It's been taken, which I don't understand that. I understand the drawing you in for the suspense. Why wouldn't he say I got bit by, but you know, he just got taken. Bullshit,
Yeah.
you were with him. He fucking saw something. You got your leg mauled. Like,
Yeah.
I find it weird he never divulges anything.
Yeah, well, that happens again later.
Yeah.
So while they're looking at Chris's leg and the door shut, at least one dog starts jumping and barking at the truck.
At the
With no other
truck.
option, they decide to just stay the night. The next day, Paul, Michael, and Amanda go out and look for Yuri. Paul keeps calling on the walkie for Yuri, and eventually they hear a feedback squelch on the other radio. From the other radio, rather. They find
Very
the other
close
radio.
proximity.
Yeah, they find the other radio and follow a trail of blood to an abandoned cafeteria and find Yuri's mutilated body. They take his gun and are chased by some creatures through the building before escaping and returning to the van. They get back to the van and tell Natalie and Chris that they need to get the fuck out of there. Because they
Get
should have done that the
out.
second they woke up. They shouldn't have even looked for Yuri. They should have just got the fuck out. Hey, he
No.
was taken. All right, we're out of here.
All right,
It's like,
well,
no.
He's the one that had the gun. We didn't. We survived. He didn't. We're
Yeah,
out.
it's like, we're out.
Fend for yourself, Yuri.
Yeah, Chris isn't going anywhere because his boo-boo is too bad. So Natalie tells him that
Bro,
tells
his
them that
bones
he's
are
gonna
like
stay.
all hanging out of his body.
Okay.
This man just went boo boo. Like his bones are hanging out of his shin.
Fucking boo boo. Suck it up and fucking walk. Your life depends on it. Your hopefully fiance's life depends on it. Suck it up. You've never been hurt and just walked.
Piece of wood or something and like splint it and then
literally done anything. Instead, he has a gaping wound that isn't covered, just being exposed to fucking radiation particles. But no, I'll just stay here. You guys go
that might have
without
been
me.
fucking infested.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
it's like
drop him off, sweetheart. You can find someone else. Trust me. You're good looking. You're good. Get rid of the dude. Just fucking go. He's not worth it. Trust me.
It's like
you're already gonna fucking birth like radioactive children. Just go on with your life. You're good.
It's just it's the shit like that that just always bothers me because like. You've sprained your ankle and kept going, right? You didn't sprain your ankle and then be like,
done it skateboarding all the time. Fuck no, man. You got back on.
I fractured
You went to the local CVS, you stole a fucking ace bandage, and then you wrapped up your ankle, you kept going.
I fractured my heel skateboarding and continued to travel from Staten Island into Midtown Manhattan to go to school for 6 months before I went to a fucking doctor. It hurt every single day, but I had to do it. This guy, that's not even life depending on it, and I fucking did that. You're telling me that like you can't fucking drag, like you. We're coming.
Okay,
hold on.
We're going back. Yeah,
we'll get there. We'll get there. Hold on.
We're gonna full circle around back this one.
So he's got his boo-boo's too bad. So Natalie tells the rest of the group that she's gonna stay with Chris. That's stupid. At this point,
I don't know what
that fucking bitch, Amanda checks her fucking camera and sees that one of the pictures shows the photo of a humanoid creature that she took. And she doesn't tell anyone.
Doesn't tell anyone.
Are you kidding me?
Like, she's endangered the mission now. Like, you are the weakest link out of all this. Fuck the dude with the leg. You had a gateway to be like, hey guys,
dude, this is our final girl. This is when they show that this is our final girl. Like,
this is the worst part.
No, fuck you. No, you're terrible, Amanda.
Worst,
terrible.
People like that should be the first ones to die.
Yep, she's a zombie bite hider. That's what she is.
Fucking terrible.
She gets bit, she's gonna hide it.
Yeah, she is. She's Sean's mom on Shaun of the Dead.
Yep. So during the hike, Paul, Amanda, Michael, and Zoe now come across a pack of wild mutant dogs.
I love that name, Zoe.
Well, probably.
If I ever had a girl, I would have fucking named it Zoe.
Yeah, so they come across a pack of wild, probably mutant dogs chewing on a carcass, and I've never had a video game PTSD flashback as potent as seeing those dogs there and thinking about all the times I got chased down and killed by those dogs in 7 Days to Die.
7 Days to Die? I was thinking Resident Evil.
No, well,
I was thinking
those dogs were just there and you can kill them, but remember in 7 Days to Die, those dogs would just fucking pop up out of nowhere and just chase you down? They never stopped. They just kept fucking going.
They did.
Yeah, and while trying to avoid the dogs, they find a parking lot where Michael and Zoe find parts for Yuri's van. On the way back, they're chased by dogs. Yeah, on the way back, they're chased by those dogs, and Zoe falls into the lake, with Michael following into the drink soon after, where he's attacked by the mutant fish they saw earlier.
No, dude, at that point, just let yourself die. You definitely swallowed that water.
Yeah.
That pond scummy radioactive... Whatever that fish turned out.
Yeah, because I think they said earlier, like Yuri pointed out that like the fish was able to survive on land.
That's even worse. So they're already mutating. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So it's just like
disgusting.
I don't know.
But telling you, bro.
Had they brought Chris, I forgot his name for a second. I was gonna call him Boo Boo Boy.
Okay.
If they had brought Chris with them, they would have brought them to the parking lot where there probably would have been tons of shit that they could have used to like cinch. I can understand like in the truck there's not a whole lot there, but now they get to this area where there's tons of rags, there's tons of like
the
wood
bandage
and metal
dude,
and wires.
Nobody addressed him in any kind of fucking care. They were
just
like, nah, bro.
They just looked. It's like when you look at someone's like boo boo and you poke it and you're like, does this hurt? And everything. It's like that's essentially what they did.
Smack it real quick. Yeah, you're fine. You'll walk it off and you get back up. I do it to my kid. I do it all the time, man.
But
also, he will he will hurt his knee, and I will tell him, all right, Daddy's gonna go get the knife. No, Daddy, don't. I'm like, no, we gotta cut it off, right? It's bad, right? We'll cut it off. I'll make you a new one out of Legos. We're good. No, Daddy, no. I'm like, Daddy, you're fine. Yes. And then he gets up and walks away. I was like, so then I guess you weren't that hurt then. I guess you're alive. When I was younger, they told you they're gonna rip your arm off and beat you with it.
when I was younger, I was told to walk it off.
Walk it off.
That's why
Man
when I
up.
fractured my heel, I
Don't
did not
be
go.
a pussy is what I was told.
Well, it was always my mom. It was never my dad. When I was
That's
hurt,
an
my
odd
dad would be
one.
like, "Hey, we need to, make sure that you're okay." Like my father was a construction worker, so he knew when you got hurt.
Oh,
like,
he
it
knew
could
about
be bad
injuries. Oh yeah.
and everything. So, but it was always my mom. Oh, just walk it off. Oh, you have a fever? Yeah, you can go to school.
Yeah.
Oh, like when I
Fucking
still
kids
have
and
the.
fevers, man.
I can't show it on stream because you wouldn't be able to see it. But right on
Okay.
this finger, I have a scar on
boo-boo?
my finger that looks, it's in the shape of a sperm. Like it has a head and like a tail
sperm?
that goes off. Yeah. I was working in a hardware store and we
Excuse me?
were putting away
Doing weird shit.
no, we had to like restock the
okay.
the not 2x4s. It's essentially like
lumber.
the steel framing. You know, like if you
I-beams?
well, like when you don't want to use like 2x4s to frame out a wall, you can get like the aluminum ones.
Yeah. Yeah.
Things like
Still
that.
framing. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm passing it up to the person that's on the ladder, and he's like, "Check this out," and he throws it in, and I'm like, "Don't do that, dude. Just fucking
Don't
put it
do-
in."
Yeah.
So I hand
That's
up another one,
dangerous as shit.
and I have a pallet on one side of me, a pallet on the other, and then the ladder in front of me. So I'm passing
God,
and
this is
handing
gonna
up,
end
and
well.
he throws it. It hits the top of
Why?
the rack,
and fucking just
It comes-
drops down.
comes right back, and I go like this,
100%.
and it slices like the bottom part of the finger where all the meat and everything that's there like came flopping out, where I had to push it back in, wrap it in a paper towel, get duct tape, wrap that, finish my
Always
shift.
duct tape, dude. It works.
Finish my shift because they wouldn't let me leave. And then when I got home, my mom was like, "Oh, what the hell? You'll be fine." And then
You'll be fine.
I showed my dad, and he's like, "No, he needs stitches."
Probably need to go stitches. Yeah.
Even if it's 2
Probably
stitches,
fucking
he needs
some
something.
stitches,
And
just
like
saying.
you can even see like you can see like where it tore in and created that flap. That's where like the sperm head is, but you can see the dots where
that is so funny.
dude, it legitimately looks like a sperm. Like I'll take a picture and put it on the
funny.
YouTube video so you can see it, but you can see the dots where like the stitch like went in to close it all up. So my dad was always like, "No, we'll just go to the hospital. We get it taken care of real quick." And my mom was always like, "Just walk it off. You'll be fine." And then I would walk it off until I'd step out of bed, step on that fractured heel, and just vomit all over the place from fucking pain.
Kill. Oh fuck yeah, dude! It fucking kills.
And keep in mind, I was traveling from like the middle of Staten Island to 57th and 2nd. So the express bus wouldn't go there. It would go to like that and I think Broadway or MLK. I don't remember which one. Or I don't remember which one. But then I would have to walk all the way over to 2nd Avenue. Like I
That's actually a pretty far hike.
Yeah. So imagine walking that on a fractured heel for 6 months in the winter. It was fucking awful. And that was my mom. So every time your father
It
figures
makes
like, "Hey,
you
do
harder.
Yeah, so every time your father figures like, "Hey, do you guys got any stories?" Yes, I have
Yep.
so many fucking stories. You
Yep.
don't even that's a whole other like podcast series.
That's a whole other. That's shooting the breeze with Father
Yeah.
Issues 101.
But anyway, let's get back to it. So Michael has been attacked by these weird fucking mutant fish. Yeah, it's like when that happened, I was like, that could have been Yuri's hand. Like I joked
Yeah,
about it earlier,
true.
but it's like now it's like no, that
could've-
like while he's like, "Oh, I
that could've
got
been his
this,"
hand.
it could have like fucking been his
100%.
hand. Night falls as the
Dun,
group
dun, dun.
returns to the van, only to find it upside down and ripped to shreds. They find Natalie's
Dude,
video
like,
camera showing that she
fucking
and Chris
terrible.
were attacked. Well, you see, here we go. This is where it fucking starts, where I have all my fucking problems. They find Natalie's video camera that shows her and
Oh.
Chris being attacked and captured by the humanoid mutants. Surprise people, they were attacked by things that Amanda took pictures of. And then
You
didn't
mean
warn
like
them
how they
about.
had it in the window, way back like an hour ago before other people had to die?
But it's
You
like,
don't say.
surprise! The people you didn't warn about the mutant fucking people that you knew were there were attacked by them when you fucking left.
terrible.
It's like,
Fucking
god damn it.
terrible, man.
But this is also what I was talking about with the video camera. Where was this the entire time? Even when they were walking around Chernobyl, this camera was never out. The only camera that's ever seen is Amanda's DSLR. That's it. What the fuck is the point of having these You have
And I
another
like
piece
this
of tech
movie
and you're
so
not fucking
much.
using it.
And
And
there's so much wrong with it.
And then you see, it's like, oh yeah, it's really good. And then I nitpick those little things, and you're like, fuck,
Oh, yeah.
now I can't unsee them. This is
Yes.
how my brain
It's the
works whenever I
same
watch
thing.
movies. I can still enjoy the film, but I'm like, oh, that doesn't work. That
Since
doesn't
we started
work.
the podcast, I'll be honest, that happens to me now. It's like I can't just enjoy the movie no more.
And it's
Now
like,
I'm like picking it apart.
but you see, that's why spoilers don't bother me. Like, I don't give a shit
because
enough.
you're gonna have to go through it. Yeah, you're gonna have to go in on your own.
Yeah, it's like I don't give a shit enough to be like, oh, that ruins the movie. If a single fucking spoiler fucking ruins the movie, then it wasn't a good movie to begin with. I'm gonna let you know there's a twist in every single M. Night Shyamalan movie, every single one of them,
Every
and
single one.
it's always a fucking obvious one too. It's always an obvious
I
one.
love that man's movies.
Fucking the Sixth Sense? Of course Bruce Willis was a fucking ghost. It's a kid that can fucking talk to ghosts.
Yes.
And he's
If
investigating
you
his
take
ghosts.
his
It's like,
dialogue
fucking
and
come
you
on.
read it, like if you
It's like,
read
come on,
it,
man.
not listen, you can read it and be like, oh wait a minute, this kid's definitely fucking talking to a ghost.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you get it pretty quick on.
Hold on. I will be back,
What?
people. Anthony, keep them
Oh, he's got
entertained. They're here.
All right.
Where are we? So yeah, while searching for Chris and Natalie inside an old building, the group is chased by more mutants. While running away, they find a traumatized Natalie. It's good that she's just there. Somehow she got away. But that doesn't last
That
long.
sounds weird too.
What?
That she just randomly got away. Like
Yeah.
there's a lot going on there.
It's like, how did she get away?
How'd she get away?
How did she get away and still be so traumatized when they find her?
And she wouldn't stop. I was saying that she wouldn't stop screaming like a fucking maniac, drawing more people to attract to them.
Well, see, that's something that fucking pisses me off to no goddamn end about every fucking horror movie where it's the heavy breathing. So with her fucking like, oh, there's like all these fucking monsters around. They took you. What the fuck? The screaming and the panting. It's like, what the fuck is going on? I don't. In my head, I can't unlock that point that isn't like, even if it's fight or flight, one is you're quiet and you're gonna beat the shit out of the people that are doing this to you. The other one
Full
is
psycho.
Yeah, that's fight. Flight is you're gonna be fucking quiet
fucking
and get the
run.
fuck out of there. So she's
Yes.
neither. And it's not even like, oh, well, she's like, you know, she's traumatized, so she's just there. She doesn't know what to do. No, that's fucking bullshit because now all her friends are there and she can just go. They can just get the fuck out of here.
Support system.
But that doesn't last long because the group
course.
gets distracted by some mysterious young girl that just pops up out of nowhere, and then Natalie is captured again. Figure it's all boobs and no brains. I don't fucking know, but she's captured again. Like, no. More importantly, why the fuck do you even care about some strange fucking girl
That's what
that you've never met?
I was like,
You Spartan kicked that bitch in the fucking face. And
yeah,
you
that's
run
what
the
I
fuck away.
exactly what I said. I was like, I would have Spartan
away.
kicked that child. He
No.
kept fucking running. I was like, that is a radioactive child. What do we need to have any involvement? And she is what
a
she is.
girl.
Get out.
You have to save the children. No, you don't. No,
No.
you don't. You have to save your fucking self. That's what you gotta
You know
do.
what children you
Friends
saved?
been
The
hurt,
ones that weren't
possibly
inside
killed?
Chernobyl.
Yeah, like, no. Get the fuck out of here. Like, absolutely not. Like, it's like, that's why she was
Insane.
fucking killed, like, captured again. Okay, I'm not gonna get punchy. Okay. Bringing it back down.
I'm reining
But
it
no,
back in.
but no. They look and it's like, ooh, an NPC. It's like, why are you diverging from the main quest? Like, what are you doing? Like, it's fucking stupid. So, the rest of the group is swarmed by a horde of mutants and forced to retreat. While fleeing,
But they retreat further
Yeah.
into where they're at.
yeah. So instead of running outside, they run deeper inside. They end up in some underground passage, and Michael is captured. I honestly don't even remember how the fuck he was captured. He was
He
there.
was captured because he was trying to close that like big bank-looking door, but he was on the opposite side, pushing it for them and sacrificed.
That's
himself.
stupid. Yeah. Good sacrifice, dude. Your girl
That's
got
the only
fucking
reason
captured
way
next.
the door would close. I figured they would
Yeah.
all use their own strength, but no, we had to sacrifice that guy. I like that guy. He was
Yeah.
a cool fucking
Michael
guy.
He was a cool dude. He was like Yuri. He was a cool dude. Better
Yeah.
than Paul. Definitely better than fucking Amanda.
Definitely better than
Um,
fucking yeah.
So yeah, so they continue running, leaving Michael behind. They find Chris's engagement ring for Natalie with no signs of Chris, which Paul then, Chris! She's like, dude, shut the fuck up. You're being chased by people. Why are you fucking yelling? Why? Are you that stupid that you have? It's not like, oh, it's a person. It's a lot of them. It's a lot of them.
It's a lot of them. And then
Fuck
you
your
don't
brother.
even know
He's
if there's
dead.
none of those weird ass fuck. Yeah, man.
Like,
I don't
no.
trust. See, I play too many fucked up video games, man. Whenever there's radio action, there's some fucking weird, overgrown, girthy, fucking troll-looking guy that's gonna fucking eat you in one shot. Like,
Yeah, he's like, no. It's like, I'm sorry. Like, yes, you love your brother, you love your family, whatever. I don't care.
oh, he's dead.
You found his girlfriend fucking traumatized,
Take it for what it is.
and then you let her
Take
get
it for what it
captured
is.
again. Then you find
Didn't the Bible say that you
the
know you can
engagement
take
ring.
your brother's wife when they die? I'm telling you, look it
Yeah,
up. I think they
but,
did.
But he wants to fuck Amanda, which I'll get into that
Listen,
whole.
You gotta,
fucking,
you gotta listen. You gotta get what you gotta get. Apparently,
Yeah.
you're in the
but yeah.
radioactive zone.
So they get to the end of the corridor, they find a ladder. They begin climbing up the ladder. Zoe's the last one up. You would think Paul would let the ladies go up
I would
first
let the
in
ladies
case the
go
mutants
first,
come,
but-
or they would at least fucking hustle. But I've never seen people climb a ladder
Dilly-dally.
with less fucking agency than watching Amanda and Paul climb up.
Lackluster.
What?
Yeah.
What even was that? Like,
That was
They-
like
they
I got time to spare. I got I got
Yeah.
that jingle jangle money. Like
Fucking-
I'm good to go.
and then when like all of them come like swarm and grab Zoe and everything, and he's just holding her by like a single like by one arm, and he's like, no, okay, bye, and she's just taken. It's like, what even is this? This is like, it's the end of the movie, and it
It's the
legitimately feels
end
like
of
they're
the
just trying to get
world.
through everything.
Yes. They were just kind of like pushing through the rest of the movie.
Because now that the
Yeah,
gang of
buddy.
mutants have dragged Zoe away, this forces Amanda and Paul to just turn tail and run, because
Run.
they got her. What are you gonna do? They continue running through the reactor before making it to, is that a control room? A reactor control room?
Oh yeah. It looks like it is. It's kind of like not, or it's more or less like essential for like the control room for the building. You
Yeah.
know, like a switchboard.
So when Zoe was taken and they first got into the control room, Paul has like a breakdown. I can't leave him. I can't believe I left him. Blah, blah, blah.
Stupid man.
And then Amanda's all like, I can't do this without you. We gotta go. And I'm like, I don't even know. What is this? What
They
is
don't even know each other.
Yeah, like they literally just met each other, and when he just like jokingly, like when they're leaving the bar and like puts his arm around, like, haha, let's go. She's like, don't touch me.
He's like, no, I'm good. I'm good. Yeah.
And now
And
she's
she
like,
said
"You
it like
can't do
several
this."
times. You're never
Yeah.
getting with me.
Yeah, and then she's like, I can't do this without you. I mean, you can. Let's but whatever. They continue going through this. I think they go past the reactor core.
No, they didn't go past the reactor core.
Are you sure? I'm pretty sure that hallway that they were running down was by the core, but I don't.
All I know is
remember
if they
if
were
it
by
was
the
that.
core, they would have fucking died.
Well, I mean, they were. Their skin started to burn. Paul started to go blind and stuff like that.
Oh, you might. Yeah, you might.
because the
right,
Geiger
might have
counter
gotten
is like
closer.
going off like crazy.
Yeah. It just fucking went
yeah.
going.
So
That
it's like
fun fact. You actually get that as a firefighter for the Hashtag company.
the Geiger counter.
Yeah, we had our own Geiger counters on us at all time. It's always fun when you go into a building and it does have like certain radiation levels in certain the buildings from old metals and all that other shit, and it kind of like blurps, and you're like,
Yeah.
what the fuck was that?
Like, nope. But yeah, so as they're running down this corridor, the Geiger counter's going off. Paul knows that it's extremely high radiation levels that are causing their skin to blister, and he starts to go blind. They then find Natalie's body, and Amanda has a breakdown, and now it's Paul's turn to tell her that she has to get up, that they can't stay here, that he can't leave without her. And then she gets up, but he's going blind, and her skin's blistering, and fucking Natalie still looks gorgeous, and there's still fucking cleavage. When they
Because that's their
roll her
money
over,
maker.
there's still fucking cleavage.
They stereotype all fucking movies, and they figured they gotta make the money on that. Maybe that's where the money came from.
And it's like, I understand it it was a different time, and whatever, but it's just like, even when she's dead, you're still like, presenting.
Yeah, you're still
It's like,
fucking her
God
up,
damn it,
yeah.
man.
They gotta make the money somehow.
They continue running through the reactor, and just before they make it out, they're attacked by some mutants. They fight them off and continue running, where they encounter the Ukrainian military forces outside the reactor building. Blinded by radiation, Paul stumbles towards the soldiers asking for help. He's shot and killed. We'll just chalk this all up to a miscommunication, because I would have thought that the first shot fired at the ground would have been enough of an indicator to him to be like, all right, I'm gonna stop moving, you know?
Yeah.
Instead, he's like, boom, he's like, oh, all right, let me keep going. Like, no, a shot was fired at the ground by your feet.
At
Even
that
if you can't
point, why
see it,
didn't
you
they
hear
kill
it.
her? Why didn't they just shoot her immediately after? Get rid of the evidence.
I don't think that was the plan, to kill them at first.
I think they wanted an experiment on them.
No. So here's what I'm thinking is going on. So they kill him,
Hypothesis.
and then Amanda kind of falls unconscious on top of him, and then later awakens on a gurney I'm assuming like in an ambulance, and they're like asking her a whole bunch of stuff. A doctor in a hazmat suit informs her that she's in a hospital. No, I think when she was in the ambulance, they asked, does anybody else know where you are?
She says no.
And she doesn't answer.
Yeah, she didn't answer.
She passes back out. You immediately say yes. If you notice, I have this in bold fucking answers. If you're ever anywhere where you're hurt or something's going on,
just say
yes. And someone goes, does anybody else know where you are? The immediate fucking answer is yes. Yes. You want to know why?
Save your life.
Because if they think people know
someone knows
that you
where
were supposed
you're
to be there, that means when you don't show up, more people are going to come fucking looking for you. And that just creates more of a fucking, but it's like, that's going to be like their mentality. It's like, oh, well, they know she's here, so they know this is going to be the last place that she was going, so more people are going to come, more people are going to look into this. We can't hide our shady shit. So originally they were going to save her. If she didn't see the patients that had escaped, because the doctors in the protective hazmat suits inform her that she's at a hospital, that they will help her, and that the people that, like the mutants that were fucking running around and stuff, those were escaped patients. I'm assuming from Chernobyl. They were like heavily radiated. They're all fucking weird and stuff now. So they kept them locked up, but they had escaped, and to basically not let the outside world know that, like, hey, there are people that are like all fucking mutated and we're kind of experimenting on them. They keep them locked up. But now because she saw them and nobody knows where the fuck she is,
now she's part of that experiment.
They're like, oh, don't worry, we'll save you. And they throw her ass into a dark room where she is screaming for help as she's attacked by the mutants. And that is the end of Chernobyl Diaries. I always think it's called the Chernobyl Diaries, but it's not. Apparently, I keep trying to scroll the shared screen that we have because I'm dumb.
Oh, instead of the actual thing?
Instead of the actual one. Yeah, apparently, there is an alternate ending for the film where Amanda's being taken away by soldiers after they kill Paul. She is later seen in a dark hospital room, inflicted with radiation poisoning as evidenced by her missing hair, begging for help as the film cuts to black. So I'm assuming that would be the
so much better.
That would be the one where like they are trying to save her, but she's like so irradiated.
She's irradiated.
Yeah.
They all were gonna die. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
in a
like they were there way too fucking.
Yes, in the hotel with all that dust. That dust is like he said.
People should have had fucking masks and shit.
Yeah, when you walk through it, you're disturbing the molecules and breathing them in. Oh no, we're good for at least an hour. An hour here, but you've already ingested it. In longevity, you die.
Yep.
Nuts fall off, hair fall out.
Yeah. I don't want any of that.
Weird colors.
I don't want any of that.
Fuck that.
All right, you ready for some fun facts? If IMDb and some interviews are to be believed, Oren Peli first thought of the idea for the story when he saw a photo blog posted by a girl traveling through Pripyat on a motorcycle.
Pripyat.
The real Ukrainian tours of that location and Chernobyl can be booked online for under $100 US. Previously, I have no idea.
Say what?
You can, if you're there, you can
really go on that tour.
Yeah, because the radiation isn't that bad.
As I just said, I don't give a fuck anybody telling me that radiation isn't bad.
Well, it's
in your
science.
fucking head. It's
but you see,
science
again,
but science can be proven to be wrong when they're right. Yeah, they're right to be safe there for your hour, but then when you go home and in 3 more fucking years you die of some sort of radiational
but think
fucking
about
cancer.
it. If you have a Geiger counter, and if you take radiation, if you take like the radiation like pills beforehand, and you have an N95, and you have an N95 mask, you're fucking good. You go in, you take some photos, you get the fuck out. Like, I would not walk around inside those buildings unless I had like a full-on fucking gas mask thing.
Yes, outside, yeah, but no, fuck that. That's some crazy shit right there.
A few characters remark on how nature has reclaimed Pripyat. In fact, nature has adapted so well to the site that in 1991, researchers found a type of fungus growing in Chernobyl that metabolized radiation for energy. In much the same way plants use sunlight, scientists are using the International Space Station to investigate whether these sorts of fungi can function as a sort of radiation shield in space. So, you know,
that's actually pretty cool.
Something good from, I don't know.
There's usually some good out of some bad at some point.
Yeah.
So
writer-producer Oren Peli, who also created Paranormal Activity, like I stated before, strongly defends this movie against claims that it was insensitive to a devastating disaster, saying, "I found it sad and fascinating and eerie and creepy. I thought it would make a great setting for a scary horror film. It was never our intention to offend anyone." Here's my thing. Something's always gonna fucking offend someone. Stop giving a shit. It's like, you can't fucking please everybody.
You know,
so everyone's going to get... just me saying that is going to offend people.
But I don't understand where their logic is of that. It's not like they sat there and they were bad-mouthing it or disrespecting it or nothing.
Yeah.
It was just a story set in a setting. I don't, you know, people, I bet you they they probably did bitch about when Modern Warfare did that one in Russia. But,
which one? The airport?
The one with the fucking, oh God, that one. The one with the Ferris.
Yeah.
The one with the Ferris wheel, the one that you see in the movie.
Yeah.
It's bullshit. That's so fucking. You can't keep fucking blaming everything. It wasn't like they were being disrespectful of what happened to them. It was a movie.
If they were running around going, "Oh, look at me, I'm Ukrainian," then it's like, all right, you're being kind of a dick. But it was like
a fucking douche.
Even like Paul, who was living there, he's like, this place is amazing. The people are wonderful. You know, all this stuff. According to Reuters, at least one organization has tried to use the film to raise awareness and funding for children of the disaster. Producer Peli is pleased with that, but divulges, "I'm not going to pretend that this was my main goal. My main goal was to create a movie that people will find entertaining and scary and will enjoy it." The group briefly takes pictures of themselves standing in front of a Ferris wheel. The Pripyat amusement park, which predominantly features in the film, was never open to the public, as it was supposed to have its grand opening May 1st, 1986. The Chernobyl disaster occurred on April 26th. So that was there. It was supposed to open, and the disaster happened before it, and it was never opened. But yet that Ferris wheel is still that iconic.
Still there. It's very, very iconic. We all know what that, well, a lot of us gamers do, but everybody knows what that scene is.
Yeah. And lastly, the film is a collaboration between Oren Peli and Shane Van Dyke. The latter directed Paranormal Entity, which is terrible, and I will be having Anthony watch it. Which is a mockbuster.
Really, dude? I didn't like that movie.
What? Paranormal
That was an
Entity?
old movie.
No, not Paranormal Activity.
Oh, okay. Oh, no, wait. Entity was actually, I think, a cool one.
No. Paranormal Activity,
I think, was the bad one.
Paranormal Activity was the good one that was with Mika and what's-her-face? That spawned all the trilogies.
Paranormal's this,
Paranormal
that.
Entity was a mockbuster of Peli's film Paranormal Activity, and it was released by the Asylum. And that production company...
Oh, the company?
And Asylum is known for releasing mockbusters, popular films released pretty much at the same time as other ones. So it's like if Transformers is... I think it was... what was one of the big ones? I think it was like Bumblebee was coming out, and like everyone knew the release date for Bumblebee. So then they released fucking Wasp just beforehand or something like that. And
really?
Yeah,
I don't
and
feel
it
like
was
that movie
basically
competed with that.
It was a Transformers type movie, but instead of it being called Bumblebee, it was called something else. And even the thumbnail for it would look super similar because they would try to like hijack views and stuff to get eyeballs on it for more shit. Yeah, they used to do it all the time. But they also made
some scabby ass shit right there.
What is it called? Sharknado. They made all the Sharknado movies, and then
fucking never seen one of them. Never seen one.
They're not bad. It's what they are. They're fucking B movies.
It's what they are. Well, yeah.
fuck, what is the name of that zombie
Can I
show?
help you, sir? Zombie Z Nation.
Z Nation, that's what it is. In my head,
Z-Nation.
all I had stuck in my head was "Have mercy, oh,
I haven't seen
have
that.
mercy." That's like its theme song. That's all they say because whenever they kill
Oh.
fucking zombies, it's like, "I give you mercy." Oh, and it's like,
What?
Jesus fucking Christ, it's just fucking stop.
Oh, they're setting them free.
Yeah, some fucking stupid bullshit like that. But the show is really good, and the actors
Oh,
are
okay.
really, really good too. But yeah, that is it. Now, what are your spoiler-esque thoughts? What'd you like? What didn't you like?
Okay, well, so I like it, the premise in general. I very much like that kind of crap. I like the Chernobyl and 3 Mile Island. I like that weird stuff. Kind of gets to go along with like Fallout. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Nuclear war shit. So it was a good movie. They did kind of tease you with the whole found footage thing. I didn't like the fact that like you saw some of them was kind of like a found footage movement, and then it was like a framed. It's
Yeah.
all framed out. It's an actual
Yeah.
cinema one.
It's not someone
it
running
doesn't-
around with
I-
the camera. It's the
Yeah.
cameraman that's there just watching everything, which kind of
What
sucks.
I would have liked to seen was the camera being given to one of the, actually to all of them, and pan through. Like you are like a first person account. Like you were the girls, then the guys and stuff like that, and
Yeah.
then that was your footage.
Yeah.
That would have been dude. Think about that movie in that way. That would have
Yeah.
been so fucking scary. Oh my god.
Well, it's like the thing I said I want to do for ghost hunting. Like spend money
I will totally do
and
that.
get
Oh,
get,
the
like,
Chrysler Mansion in fucking in Staten Island doing like a haunted fucking mansion. I'm like, bro, that's a
Oh,
haunted
is it?
fucking mansion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
That guy
like
hung himself.
get like real, like the real GoPros, not like the off-brand shit, but like the real ones, and
like
get
my
like
camera.
I know, but like the GoPro ones have better stabilization, better battery life,
Ah.
better
Of
low
course.
light fucking shit, and basically just like have a camera on our shoulders so that it's looking at wherever we're aiming, it's looking, but also having another camera on just like on a selfie stick type deal. This way we
And you
can
can just go
record
around.
that too and like do a ghost hunt. I take out the cinema camera, set it up. I got the wireless lavs, hook that up, and do like
Yeah.
a podcast of like some haunted
In a
house
scary
movie or
area.
something. Yeah, do shit like that. And it's like we'll just do like a certain section and then get up and like leave and go to like another haunted area of the place and like sit down, set everything up, and do it again. It's like I could do. I want to
what
do
was
stuff
it?
like that.
Dead streamer or whatever it was.
Yeah.
With the guy that was.
Yeah.
I could make his setup with those PVC piping. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
that's very easy for me to make.
Well, it's like I have the thing for like the shoulder mount for like on the bag, because you would want the bag so that you can have a battery pack in there constantly keeping the camera charged and
Yeah.
everything. So it's like shit like that. But yeah, it's like like you said, them having cameras, even if all they had was like shoulder cams and
Yeah.
or even just like
would have made that so much
on
scarier.
a selfie stick and just like fucking walking around. So it's like if Zoe and Michael were together and like Zoe had the selfie stick and Michael on his bag had like the camera holster that like looked at everything and everything, like that would be cool, because then it's like, oh, you're seeing that perspective, so you're also
Yeah.
seeing Zoe when he's
I
talking
like
to her.
that.
She has that, so she can like hold it on herself, or like when she's talking to him, have that like looking at him and stuff. And it's the same thing with Paul and Amanda could go off, and that could have given them time to like develop a relationship that like at the last like 5 minutes of the movie seemed like they were trying to like fucking shoehorn a relationship with them in.
Yeah.
You know, get more of Chris and Natalie, because you got none of them. It's like they show up and he's like, okay, yeah, cool, we'll do this, woo, and then out of nowhere Chris just becomes a fucking wet blanket and he's hurt, and then that's it.
Yeah.
Then they're just like taken out. So it's yeah. So like you were saying, like that would be better. But
Made
what
it
else?
So much better. The acting actually wasn't that bad. I have to admit there was points where I was like, you could have definitely acted like when she was screaming like that. I was like, oh my god, that was written
Yeah.
poorly. But it was
that was
totally written
fucking
poorly.
awful.
But I feel like most of the scenes were shot well. They made sure that they told you enough of the story. Didn't like the scene with the fucking with Yuri with the Ambers. They should have played into that more, because you don't really
Someone
see
should have seen it.
anything. Yeah, they did. And so, first off, when you watch this movie, he walks past that fucking thing because he
Yeah.
goes to the window, remember, and he sees, I
Yeah.
think, something there.
I think that's
And then
why
he turns down. I was
Yeah.
like, bro, you didn't see that before you fucking went to the window? I'm
Well,
like, that doesn't make any sense.
I think at first he because like I have it written that like he finds ash. So I think when he walked in, like he saw that there was just like an ash pile. So it's like whatever. And then when everyone was looking out the window taking photos and everything, and he turned around, that's where he probably saw like embers that were still like, oh fuck, it's still there. But it's like even still, him going over and like fucking with it and being like, hey, we gotta leave. How did no one turn around and go, hey, what's going on?
Why?
Like no one did that.
Yeah. They didn't ask
Like,
why. They were like, I would have pressed that issue.
You're in an area that you were already told by the Ukrainian military you're not allowed to go in. Wouldn't you be on like high alert?
You're on your own.
I'm gonna be on high alert.
Literally.
So yeah.
And complaining that he had a gun. I'd be like, fucking thank God Yuri has a gun.
Yeah. I mean, it didn't do him any good, but
well, they didn't know that was gonna happen. They kind of thought that they were good to go.
Yeah. But anything that just like annoyed the shit out of you besides like the yelly acting in Yuri? Because like for me, this is a 3. This is definitely go see the movie, but like if it was found footage, it would probably be a 4. But the fact that it was filmed normal, just handheld, so it kind of looks found footage, but not, puts it at a 3. But it's like I like the acting, I like the actors that they pick, even Jesse McCartney, who I believe is the voice of Nightwing.
What? Oh, really?
In Young Justice.
Oh.
I think he's the one that's the voice of him. I think. I'm not completely sure. I do know he
I'm not
voices
big
DC
on
characters.
Stuff. Okay.
But
that's actually kind of cool.
But yeah, it's like the setting was cool. The monsters were cool. I wish we saw a little bit more of them, but what we did see was fine. Yeah. It's just like the fact that it wasn't found footage, and the fact that like they didn't make it found footage.
If we can have like 4 or 5 fucking hell houses, I'm sorry, we can definitely have a second one of these.
5 because a new hell house is coming.
Oh, I just excited about that. I have
so
no
excited.
idea why I'm so fucking excited about this movie.
It's a prequel.
Well, and see, now when you say that, it makes me want to know, because now I get to get further of the fucking story. Yeah, like you already drew me in already. Don't like fucking put the nail in the coffin for me.
I'm sure at some point we'll get another House October.
Chernobyl.
I think there's only 2.
Oh,
no.
House October. This was
actually
pretty good. I liked that one. I think the wife even liked that one. I think she saw it with me.
It's a fun fucking movie. There's another. I'm pretty sure it's a found footage film. It was filmed in Texas, around someplace. I think it was called like Devil's Breath, Texas.
Oh, why do I think this sounds familiar?
It was like a found footage film, and it was like this dude was out on his like uncle or grandfather's ranch, and like all this stuff happens. I see so many.
They're young. I don't know. They all blend together.
Yeah.
Dude, I think I remember that because we were living in Texas when I watched it. I was like, hey, look, it's Texas. And it was like a place that we know that they said the ranch was. I was like, I know that place too. And I was like, I know what it is. Fuck, if we find it, we'll put it in the Discord. You got a rate out?
Not yet. I have to show the trailer. What's next week? Afflicted.
All right, I'm Cliff Rouse.
And I'm Derek Lee, and tomorrow we're going on a year-long trip around the world!
We're going to film the entire thing. We're going to post it online as a travel blog. It's going to be epic.
Oh my.
Come on, there you go. Yeah, right?
That was nice.
However, this was like years before Hardcore Henry. This was 2014.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that is next week's video. Afflicted. It is shit. I mean, it's not on YouTube TV, but I mean, it shows that it's on like everything else. Like, I'm pretty sure it's on Hulu.
Oh, okay.
Not Hulu.
As long as it's free.
Shudder.
I felt bad when we picked this one. It was free all the way up until like a day or two ago, and I'm like, oh, man.
Yep. But yeah, this is a really good movie. I really like it. But
good.
Yeah, that is going to be it for this week's Spooky Horror Show.
That is a wrap.
Episode 20. We got 6 more.
5 more to go.
No, wait, shit. Wait. Okay, wait. So how do we want to do this? Do we want to do the next week's podcast is a special one that's pretty much just for stream and YouTube because it's visual and what's it called? Putting it on like podcast services really isn't going to do anything. Like people need to see it. You know what I mean? Like with a lot of these,
visually.
it's us talking everything through. The other one will not be that. So do we want to do a twofer? Because the other one should only be about 10 minutes. Like 10, 15
What
minutes.
do you mean? Like, do you
want to start?
Do
you want to start
both.
with the special, the 2022 Halloween special, and then right after we go into the podcast?
The movie. Why don't we just include them together on the same day?
All right, we can do that. It's like we can start
If anything,
earlier.
we can do 1 hour early. It's not a very large one.
Yeah, because like I said, I don't want to tell people until next week. I want it to be a surprise, like when they come on and it's that. But it's one of those where it can't go up on podcasts. Like it would have to go up on YouTube. So. Because it's like they'll see it. Like next week, it'll be fully understandable to everyone what I'm talking about. But next week, Anthony has agreed to it. We'll do the Halloween special, and then go right into the regular podcast, and then the regular podcast will go up as usual, which will now mean I'll have 2 videos to edit. The podcast will go up as usual, but I'll have a little note in it that there's a Halloween special that you can check out over on YouTube, but we'll record all of it live next week. So until next Saturday, I am Sean. That is Anthony. This has been the Spooky Spooky Horror Show, and we will see all of you next week. Bye.